Welcome to Cavaleto Studios. I'm Chris. Do you have tight calves, pain in your heel when you walk? Have you been told you have plantar fasciitis? Join me to learn how to deal with your pain in less than 15 minutes. At the end of the video, I'm going to show you a great stretch to help with your plantar fasciitis and improve your ankle mobility. If you practice these techniques often, you can prevent future problems. You're going to need a tennis ball and a foam roller. Let's get started. We're going to start out with your foot that has the most sensitivity, or the side of the leg that you have plantar fasciitis on. So I'm going to start on my left. It's a little tighter. You're going to keep your heel on the floor, place the ball of your foot on that tennis ball, and you're going to gently press release. If you have any kind of zingers or extreme pain, don't push as hard. Then you're going to draw your foot gently side to side. So we're just massaging out that fascia tissue, loosening things up, getting some blood flow into the area. Right, so we're just side to side. You can use your foam roller for a support or the wall. Then you're going to slide your foot forward, keeping the heel down, but moving that tennis ball deep into the arch of your foot, and draw your foot again, side to side. So you don't want pain. Sometimes it can be a little sensitive depending on where you have inflammation. Then you're going to bring the tennis ball a little bit closer. You're going to place this time the ball of your foot and your toes on the floor. Heel is off and you're still back. You're not on the heel yet. You're in the back of the arch. And a gentle press release about 3 times, and then draw your foot gently side to side. So working your way back. Then we're going to go all the way into the heel. So we're on a bone here. So again, being gentle, keeping the toes on the floor. Just gently draw the heel side to side. Make sure the ball doesn't flip out and roll away. If you have a lot of sensitivity there, just pause and hold it, and you can move your hips instead. Again, the fascia tissue is connected all the way. That's a whole nother video. But right now we're just trying to focus on getting mobility and movement so we don't have pain in that foot. All right, so then gently just use that. Take the foot off the floor and gently roll the whole bottom of the foot all the way to the toes and all the way back to the heel. Now we got one more I want you to try. You're going to push the toes into the ball and lift the heel. So you're really spreading out those toes, and then draw that heel down to the floor again. And then one more time, just a gentle lift and lower, and lift and lower. Good. Draw that tennis ball back and forth one last time. Excellent. And then we're going to release. Let's try the other foot. So we're going to do both feet. We definitely want to do both because one side might be compensating for the other if you have pain. So you're going on the ball of the foot, gentle press release. So this is something you can do on the go. Take a tennis ball with you to work. Or if you go on vacation and you're doing hiking or walking and it starts to bother you, just grab that tennis ball and start to massage out the foot. And then side to side. Now when we use the foam roller, I'm going to show you how to do the foam roller with the calf and the shin. Briefly on the shin, but mostly the calf, which will definitely be affecting your feet. If you don't have a foam roller, I'm going to show you how to use the tennis ball instead. Then you're going to, after you're going side to side, move that foot forward a bit. So the tennis ball goes deep into the arch, heel stays on the floor, and again, draw side to side. Massaging out the bottom of that foot. The first time you do this, it might be a little bit uncomfortable, and the more you roll, the less it will hurt, and you'll have more mobility in your feet. The more mobility you have in the feet, the less chance you are to fall, you have a little bit more balance, and less chance of injury. All right, so now you're going to bring the ball of the foot onto the floor and the toes. Lift the heel and draw side to side, right in the deep part of that arch. And now are you noticing a difference from one side to the other? That's a possibility. Okay, let's move into the heel now. The toes stay on the floor, and you're doing a gentle wiggle wiggle. or put pressure on that tennis ball and move the hips. Moving those hips. You might feel it all the way up into the hip, depending on if you're tight there too. All right, now draw that tennis ball forward and back so it goes all the way to the toes, back to the heel. Just testing out what are you feeling there. Good, now let's press those toes into the tennis ball, lift the heel, lower the heel, lift, open up, like you're spreading the toes on top of that tennis ball. One more time. Good, lower that heel and then draw the tennis ball again one more time, front to back. Excellent. Good. Now, you're going to take your foam roller and go ahead, if you have it, place it on the floor. Now we're going to come down and we'll be stretching all this out together at the end for like a fabulous stretch that will help with plantar fasciitis on the foot and lengthening, stretching the tissue and the calf. So we want to get into the calf. So you're going to have a seat, bringing both legs onto that roller. So let's start on the sensitive leg. So I started on my left foot with the tennis ball, so I'm going to start on my left leg with the foam roller, crossing the right leg on top. Now I'm going to give you lots of options here. If your foot is on top and you're rolling, bending and straightening that left knee and it is ultra sensitive, uncross the leg and just do both. That is totally fine. If you have wrist issues, you're welcome to lay on your elbows, and you can even lay all the way on your back and just roll like that, one or both legs. So options there to what works for you. So you're going to bend and straighten. Now, as you're bending and straightening, turn your whole leg to the left, massaging the outside back lower part of that calf and that tissue there, and then turn your whole leg into the right so you're on the inside. Good. Now we're going to rotate that ankle, that left bottom ankle. As you're rotating, I want you to turn the whole leg to the left and rotate the ankle, and then turn the whole leg to the right so you're on the inside and rotating. So you're finding specific spots and rotating that ankle. So if you find a trigger point or a knot, that's how we get them out. It's just rotating, rotating. And it might be super sensitive and you might have to come back multiple times. Then you move that roller up to the middle. So we did this bottom half here. Now we're going to do to the middle of the calf, right below the meaty part. Bend and straighten. Try to relax your foot as much as possible. Easier said than done, I know. And then turn the foot to the left, getting along the outside, and then the right on the inside. If your wrists get tired, feel free to go to your knuckles. Listen to your body. You can do this while you watch TV. And then we're going to rotate. Find the middle. Rotate the ankle both directions. And then turn the leg to the left. Rotate both directions. Find those trigger points or those knots, those adhesions, that crystallized tissue in the fascia. This is very good to prevent and keep your flexibility up. Now you're going to move that roller way up into the meaty part of the calf, the gastroc. And you're going to relax your foot and bend and straighten. Now as we're rolling to the top of that gastroc or the calf, never hit the back of the knee. We want to stay below that knee joint. And again, if it's too much, just do one leg. Turn your foot out and then bend and straighten. Turn that leg in. Now let's go back to center and add some circles. Notice how if you go one direction and then you change, you feel it a little more. And that's what we want. We want to go both directions with that rotation of the ankle to just help massage it out. And then the other side on the inside, if there's any knots. Excellent. So now we're going to bring that roller back down. Go to the top mid section, lower section of that right leg, and you're going to bend and straighten. And then you're going to turn it to the left and go on the inside and then on the right, and noticing the difference. So now because we want to make sure we get both legs just to prevent, and maybe you don't have plantar fasciitis, but you just have tight calves or you feel like your foot is tight, and then rotate both directions, turn the leg in and then out. And then we're going to move it up to the middle and a little bend and straighten. Rotate. one way and the other. Turn it in. Oh, anybody feeling it? I actually have an extra spot over here I wasn't expecting. And then turn it out. We're bending and straightening, and then we're circling. And it doesn't matter. You can do any order. You can bend and straighten. You can just roll first. The bending and straightening of the knee helps you find those spots, those trigger spots. All right, one last. You're going to roll up to the middle of the calf, the meaty part, and bend and straighten. So again, I'm adding that left leg to add a little pressure on my right so I can get a little deeper. You don't want to be so deep that it hurts. So take it off. You can leave it on the side or even bend the knee and place the foot flat out of the way. Turn that leg in and out. Explore what feels good to you. And if you come back later and try this again later today, it's going to feel different and it'll probably feel a little easier. Let's rotate that ankle both directions and then turn the leg in, circle, circle, and then the other way. Bend it straight. So now we're at the top. Excellent. So we are all done there. So we're just going to do a quick one on the shins just to check in, and that just helps with that range of motion of the ankle. All right, so I'm going to my right because I'm here. Option one is just to go into a single leg plank and roll. Note I'm leaning to the right, so I'm on the outside edge of the bone of that shin. And just rotate that ankle as you run it up and down. If it doesn't feel like anything and you want more, you can stack your ankles and roll this way as well as you circle the ankle. Now we're going to switch, other side. Straight leg on the right, and just roll the outside edge of that left shin, or you can stack the legs. And you don't even have to really roll the shins. You can skip this part, but I still recommend to keep mobility of that ankle up. Excellent. And then we're going to slide off. So we have one last thing. We are done with the rolling. I'm going to show you really quick, if you do not have a foam roller, how to use the tennis ball on the calf. You just do the same thing. So you would put the foot off the floor, but the tennis ball under the calf, and rotate both directions. And you can draw side to side. Can't really bend and straighten too much unless you put that tennis ball up on like a yoga block or even a little mini chair, a little bench stool, and then you just move it down. Try to relax your ankle as you draw side to side. Not quite as effective as the foam roller, but if you get some spots, you might be able to get in there. And if you're traveling and that's all you have access to, fantastic. Just use that tennis ball. Okay, now we're going to stand. Now the final one is to stretch. That's the most important part. So once you roll the feet, you're going to find a wall. I want you to lean against the wall and then walk your feet back. So we did that, whatever foot you did first, I want you to leave it back and place the other foot in front. So the leg that you're stretching is the back one, and your heel is on the floor, and try to keep it straight. And you're holding the wall for support. Push your hips gently forward till you start to feel a stretch in the calf, maybe in the ankle and the shin area, or the back of the Achilles tendon into that heel. Now I want you to pick your front leg up. So I got my right leg up, and I'm going to just swing it side to side, keeping my hips forward so I'm still stretching through the calf. And you rotate. So you're going to feel that nice stretch. You're rotating from the outside to the inside of the foot on the floor and through my whole hip area. So I'm stretching not only the calf, but all that tissue that runs down through the ankle into the bottom of the foot. Couple swings. So do about 10 swings side to side, and then you're going to switch legs. Again, just help keep mobility up. Right foot down, lift the left leg, and just swing side to side. Notice which ankle has more mobility. Maybe you're feeling some stiffness in one side. So keep on rotating. Make sure those hips are forward so you're getting that nice stretch all the way through the ankle and the calf, the Achilles and gastroc and soleus. And stand on up tall. Maybe you feel some blood flow in those feet. Wiggle those toes, maybe draw some circles with the knees, both directions. and then just walk around and see how they feel. Thanks for joining, and hopefully we've lessened your any kind of pain or prevented that plantar fasciitis. Have a great day.